Hey, it's Molly again. I am just checking in real quick because there's been a lot of um, controversy and talk about the changes to Instacart Pay, and I have worked a few shifts, more than a few now, I guess. I haven't really seen a big decrease, and I know some people are saying that they have. I do think that it has a lot to do with the area that you live in and the amount of tips that you get. I live in an area that seems to have good tippers and large orders, so I'm lucky for that, but I just wanted to give you guys some insight into my pay since the changes to Instacart, where they changed the base pay. And so 3 weeks ago I only worked 3 hours. I forget what I had going on. I think it was when my boyfriend was home from work, so we were just like super busy that week, and I worked 3 hours. I made $63, so that's $21 an hour. 2 weeks ago, I made about $240 and I worked 12 hours, which breaks down to about $20 an hour. This past week, I worked 15 hours and I made $326, which is almost $22 an hour. It's like $21.70. I only work this part-time, so that's the most I've ever made since I've been doing this in August. So if you imagine if I doubled that and started working 30 hours a week, I would make over $600 a week. And if I went up to 40 hours a week, I would make probably $700-800 a week. So possibly more, depending on if I had, good tippers. Before the changes to the pay, I was making I was averaging from $20 to $22 an hour. So just from my experience, the changes to the pay have not affected me the way that people are saying that they're going to affect us. And I've noticed that Instacart has added like promotions to get people to work. So I don't know if since the changes, people have just been like, screw this, I'm not doing it, and stopped picking up hours. But it seems to me like they're trying to motivate people to pick up shifts, which means that people are just, assuming that the changes are going to have a negative impact on their pay. And I can't lie, it kind of got to me too, like with the comments on my channel and things that I was reading in groups on Facebook and stuff. Like for the first couple weeks, these past couple weeks, when I would get an order that was a $7 base pay with no tip, I was tempted to not take it, even though I've told you guys many times, like, take the orders. You never know when you're gonna get a good tip. Like, yeah, you might end up just getting $7, but it all evens out in the end. And it started to get into my head, and I started to have a lot of negative thinking, like, screw this, I'm not gonna take these little orders, or like, God, this, like, just getting discouraged, like, man, I really am not making that much money. Or like, I'd have a couple hours that were bad where I was only making like $17 an hour, and I would be getting frustrated and like tempted to quit, and I'm thinking all these negative things, like, I'm gonna have to find another source of income because Instacart's not worth it anymore, blah blah blah. But when all is said and done, at the end of the week, whenever I divide out my pay versus my hours, I'm still making $21 an hour, which, if anything, is only $1 an hour less than what I was making before. And a lot of weeks, even before the changes, I was only making $21 an hour. So yeah, you might have some days that are bad and you make $15, $17 an hour, but then you'll have the days where you make, $25, $30 an hour, and then it all averages out. I personally, from my experience, cannot say that the changes to the Instacart Pay have been negative. Are there still things that I want to see happen, like being compensated for mileage on top of the base pay? Yes, there are still things. And do I think that a $7 base pay for a 25 item order is fair? No. Yes, there are definitely things that need to be tweaked still. But that being said, I am not making less money now than I was before the changes, despite what the, initial shock of the changes were. So that is my update. I just wanted to hop on and share that with you. It is Monday, March 4th. I hope everyone has a wonderful week and you guys are getting out there and hustling. I need to catch up on comments. So if I haven't answered your comments yet, I will. But I will be back soon with another video. I hope you guys have a great week and I'll talk to you soon.